Hello you all, welcome back to my channel and welcome if you're new. I'm on here to share with you all some projects that I created, but before I get started, I hope that you're all having a wonderful Sunday. Happy Sunday to you all. I know it's almost over here where I'm at. We're already in the afternoon. I'm late getting this video up because I've been trying to get this project finished. I started yesterday and I just been procrastinating pretty much, but here we are. So I'm gonna, as always, I share with you all what I use, and then I'll share with you all what I created. So the first thing I use that's not, I think it's the only thing that's not Tim Holtz related besides the item that I purchased from the Dollar Tree. So this is some deco art paint, acrylic paint that I had in my stash already in this white color. Okay, so then I use some embossing glaze, distress embossing glaze. So this is the Twisted Citron and then the Kish Flamingo. I also use some distress paint and black soot and also in Kish Flamingo. I use some alcohol ink in Cosmopolitan and also in Bayou. I use my distress embossing dabber. If I didn't show, there you go. I use this little love die that I had in my stash already. And then I also use some Ranger black embossing powder, some collage matte medium, texture paste in black, opaque, and crackle paste translucent. I also use these two stencils. So this one is, it's really pretty flowers. This is a THS-077. And then I also use this stencil, which is THS-035. And then I use this stamp, which is Botanic Collage CMS-447. And I use this one right here. So these are the items I use for my stash, and then the Dollar Tree items that I used. Okay, you guys, so I found these acrylic boards. They're Crafted Square acrylic boards from the Dollar Tree. And when I seen them, because I don't go to Dollar Tree like I used to, but every now and then I go in there. Well, me and my husband will go to eat on pay week. We'll go out to eat, and then we'll stop by Dollar Tree so I can get some more gum, and then he gets his little snacks. But I didn't always really look like I used to. When I first started doing YouTube, I would do Dollar Tree hauls. That was how I started. I used just Dollar Tree hauls, trying to go see what I can find. But this particular day, we was in Dollar Tree, and I found these acrylic boards. I had no idea what I was going to do with them, but I said, okay, you got to get your creative juices flowing and just try to figure out what you're going to do with these boards. There's something that I can do with these, but I just didn't know just what I was going to do with them just yet. So I got two more of the 5x7, because I bought two when I first seen them. And then when I went to Dollar Tree Friday, I bought two of the 4x6s. So yeah, so this is what I played with. This is what I altered from the Dollar Tree, along with some frames. So I purchased two of the 5x7 frames. So this is one that I have not done anything yet with. And then I also purchased two of the 4x6s. So yeah, so that's what I use to create my projects with, that I'm going to share with you all. So acrylic boards and Dollar Tree frames. So let me share with you all the first one. So this is the first one that I altered. This is acrylic board, and this is the 5x7. So what I did with this one is I took this stencil right here, and I had to do half and half, you know, so one side can dry. So I put the stencil down. I used the crackle paste translucent, and once I put that down, then I use the embossing glazes that I shared with you all to color in my flowers. And it's not perfect, but it's still pretty, and I love the way it looks. And you can see the crackle there in the flowers and also in the leaves. Okay, so once I did both sides and heat emboss it, so I did heat emboss it once it dried. And then I took the black soot distressed paint and I painted the back of it so that can come through, you know, and make the flowers be more prominent on the image. So that's what I did. And then I did also take some collage matte medium, and I did paint on top of the black so it doesn't chip, because if you on acrylic and paint, if you bump it or rub it against something, it's going to chip off. So I did the collage matte medium on top just to protect the paint. So that is the first one. Now, I don't know what I'm going to do with this just yet. I love the way this looks, but I'm just trying to figure out what I want to do with it. Because I can have it this way or I can have it this way, either way. But I didn't want to just throw anything on here without being really for sure what I want to do. But I still want to share with you all, you know, my first one that I did. So that's this one. And then I went ahead and made another 5x7. So that one is using this stencil with the black opaque texture paste. So what I did was first, so as you've seen the frame, because I did paint it. So this is what the frame looks like before I painted it. Okay. So I painted the frame black, but that was the last thing that I did. So on this 5x7 acrylic board, I used the alcohol inks and the Bayou and Cosmopolitan. You can barely see the Bayou, but you can see a little bit of it in person. So yeah, so I just put that down on there. I use my blower along with my alcohol ink mixture, and you know, you put that down on, and then you put your ink on top. If you play with alcohol ink, you know what I'm talking about. And then also use my finger too and just kind of spread it around the way I wanted, you know, kind of. The blower didn't really move enough like I wanted it to on the acrylic board, so I just kind of took my finger and moved it a little bit more. Once that dried, then I took my stencil and I used the black opaque texture paste and stenciled my image in. And love the way that turned out. And then I used a little love dye that I have in my stash for right here in black to go with the black frame that I painted. And then I did the same thing. I used a collage matte medium to protect the image. Well, I did that on the back. Yeah, I did it on the front and the back to protect. No, I'm sorry, you guys. I didn't do it on the front. I didn't do it on this one at all. I apologize. Yeah, I did not use a collage matte medium. Not on this one. I really didn't have to because it's alcohol ink. So yeah, so that's what I did with this one. And then the last one is the 4x6. So this is what I did, and I want it to be more mixed media style because, you know, I'm loving mixed media. So this one right here is the same as this one, but, you know, the weaving of on the frame, the design is a little bit different. This one's more like a basket weave. This one is more of what you see here. And so I painted it white with that white Deco Art paint. And of course I did the frame last. So on the acrylic board 4x6, so what I did was, so this one was kind of challenging because I've never played or, you know, used acrylic, so I didn't really know how it was going to go. So what I did was I took my static pouch and rubbed it over the acrylic board first. And once I did that, then I took my clear embossing dabber and I put it over the stamp right here. And then I stamped it down, and then I took my black embossing powder and I poured it on top. But when I did that, it went everywhere. And it was nowhere, you couldn't even really see the image. You can see it, but it was a hot mess. It was just a hot mess. So I was like, ugh, that's not gonna work. So I took my water sprayer and sprayed all that off, got it cleaned up. And I said, okay, we're gonna do this again. So what I did this time is I took some collage matte medium and I painted the acrylic board first. And once that dried, then I went on with a stamp using an embossing dabber, and I stamped the image down. And when I poured the black embossing powder down on top, it stuck only to the image. So that collage medium, you guys, was a lifesaver. And because what I had envisioned in my head is what I wanted to come to life with, but I'm like, I gotta figure out something. And I'm like, I hope this collage medium works, and it did. It did exactly what I needed it to do. So then I heat embossed it. And once I heat embossed it, as you can see, I heat embossed it, and the image came out really nice on top of that collage medium. And then I used my Kiss Flamingo, where'd it go? Here we go. Kiss Flamingo Distress Paint, and I painted the back, just like I did with the black one, so that the image can come through, just like I did with this one. So I painted this one black, this one is painted with Kiss Flamingo, and I've already covered it up so you can't see it. So once I did that, then I had some, these are from stamps that I have from Tim Holtz. So I just wanted, like I said, I wanted more of a mixed media look, the vibe I was going with. So I had already cut these out. So I just went ahead and distressed these and glued those down. And then this is a digital that I have in my stash that I printed off from Etsy. And I cut the little butterfly out and put the butterfly right there on top because I thought it needed something extra. I love the way that turned out with the image of the flower and the writing. And then I did take my walnut stain distress ink, and I just kind of, with my ink dabber, I just went around it just to give it that distressed look so it's not so white. And love the way this one turned out as well. So yeah, so these are my Dollar Tree altered projects that I want to share with you all. The 4x6 and the 5x7 in the frame. And then also did this one with the crackle paste and embossing glaze. But I'm still trying to figure out what, what I want to do with this one before I put it in the frame. So yeah, so if you guys happen to go to your local Dollar Tree and you find those acrylic boards, if you haven't already, done something like this and altered it, if you find them and you have these products or something similar, give this a try and see what you can come up with. This was so much fun to create and so easy. You guys, so easy. So yeah, so I'm loving these. I hope that you all love them just as much as I do. I do want to thank you all so much for watching. And again, let me just share it with you all one more time, just in case. So these are the acrylic board. They come in two sizes, so 4x6 and the 5x7. And the film, I love that they put, because you're getting it from Dollar Tree. They put the film on there, so you can just take the film off both sides. So you have a clean acrylic board to work off of. And I bought two more because I'm going to plan on doing something else with these. So, but yes, you guys, let me stop rambling. So again, thank you all so much for watching. You all have yourself a great rest of your weekend. And I will see you all in my next video. Bye-bye.